Welcome to our video series on the IELTS speaking test. The IELTS speaking test takes between 11 and 14 minutes. You'll do the speaking test face-to-face with a certified IELTS examiner, which gives you the opportunity to prove your real-world communication skills to future employers, educational institutions and professional organizations. Over the next 3 videos, we'll show you the 3 different parts of the IELTS speaking test and share our top tips on how to perform your best on test day. Your speaking test starts with the examiner introducing themselves and checking your ID. Then you continue to part 1, where the examiner asks you some questions about yourself before moving on to some general questions about familiar topics like work, study, family, or hobbies. In this part of the test, it lasts between 4 to 5 minutes. So let's see what that looks like.
Now, in this first part, I'd like to ask you some questions about yourself, okay? Tell me about your hometown or city. What kind of place is it?
I was born in Ho Chi Minh City, which is the second largest city in Vietnam. It's located in the south of Vietnam.
What's the most interesting part of the city?
The most interesting place about this place, you can pretty much find everything in the city, from cultural events to food scenes. They're all at your front door. It's not far from Australia, about 8 hours by plane. So this is attract a lot of tourists coming to visit every year. The most important thing is that the people are super friendly, even though they don't speak a lot of English, but they will try to go beyond their way to help you to navigate the city.
What kind of jobs do people do in your city?
The majority of people, they are working as the farmers, working in hospitality, factory workers, and some professional jobs such as marketing and project management.
Would you say it's a good place to live?
To me, Ho Chi Minh City is a wonderful place to live because there's always something going on in there, such as international concerts, cultural events, and food festival. It is easy to get around now with motorcycle, and Ho Chi Minh City is now recently built a new train system, which is so easy for the local and tourists to get around and from too. More importantly, the cost of living is quite affordable, so you can live comfortably there when you have a stable job.
I'd like to move on to talk about food and cooking now. What kind of new food would you like to try?
If I would like to try some food, I would like to try sushi and ramen when I'm going to Japan next time, because this kind of food is full of stuff. It's containing of many different ingredients and very easy to access to no matter where you are in Japan. You don't need to go to a very fancy restaurant to have this. You can pretty much have everything on the street.
Do you like cooking?
Do I like cooking? Yes, I do love cooking. This helps me to know where the ingredients are coming from, and I'm not a very easy eater, so it will be better for me to know where the stuff that I purchased from. More importantly, being able to cook a meal helps me to get to know another country culture better, to understanding why some certain ingredients in that kind of food to make them too unique to that particular country.
What was the last meal you cooked?
The last thing I made was probably yesterday. It was a chicken soup with carrots and potatoes because the weather was quite cold at that time. It was very delicious. It took me about 45 minutes to get ready because all of the prep, such as washing the vegetable, cutting and boiling the chicken. But I really enjoy eating the food that I have put in an effort to make for.
Do people in your country generally eat meals at home?
I think for the Vietnamese people, they tend to eat at home more so that they be able to spend more time with the family after a busy day. So during that time, they'll be able to share the story of what the day happening, what are they exciting for about in the future. A typical Vietnamese dinner at home will include some rice, some meat, some stir-fried vegetable, and a bowl of soup where everyone can share with each other.
Thank you.
Now let's look at how you can perform your best in part 1. Listen to what verb tense the examiner uses and make sure your answer matches the tense. Let's look at an example from the video where they do this with a past simple tense.
What was the last meal you cooked?
The last thing I made was probably yesterday. It was a chicken soup with carrots and potatoes because the weather was quite cold at that time.
Don't wait for the examiner to ask why. Show them your English language skill by adding a sentence or two to your answer. In the video, the test taker does this by giving reasons for his answer. Extended responses can help you with your fluency and coherence score.
Do I like cooking? Yes, I do love cooking. This helped me to know where the ingredients are coming from. And I'm not a very easy eater, so it will be better for me to know where the stuff that I purchase from. More importantly, being able to cook a meal helps me to get to know another country culture better, to understanding why some certain ingredients in that kind of food to make them too unique to that particular country.
Make sure you enunciate your words. For example, by opening your mouth when you talk so you don't mumble. Also make sure your intonation and rhythm are correct. Stress important words, such as words that show a contrast or an attitude. Let's look at an example from the video.
Would you say it's a good place to live?
To me, Ho Chi Minh City is a wonderful place to live because there's always something going on in there, such as international concerts, cultural events, and food festival.
You can find more preparation materials for the IELTS speaking test in the IELTS Prepare Hub on our website. In the next video, we'll look at part 2 of the speaking test. Get tips on how to give a 2-minute talk on test day so you feel confident in your studies, career, or wherever IELTS takes you. Thanks for watching.